Hello hikers and nature lovers, this is Blue Jacket. Thank you for watching and supporting my channel. Today we're gonna join the path of civil war here at the Antietam National Battlefield. Let's get started.
The Battle of Antietam happened on those grounds on September 17, 1862, between the Confederate Army of Northern Virginia, led by the General Robert E. Lee, and the Union Army of the Potomac, run by the Major General George B. McClellan. The deadliest one-day battle in American military history was the first major engagement on Union soil during the Civil War. And although the fight ended inconclusive, politically it was victory for the Union that gave President Abraham Lincoln the confidence to issue preliminary Emancipation Proclamation.
The battle could be divided into three segments in order how they took place in the time of fighting. Confederate left flank was holding their positions here at the Dunker Church and this area called West Woods. First part of the combat started at dawn and the Union Army was approaching from north and eastwards. We're gonna take this trail to get straight to the epicenter of the fight. The centerpiece of the first phase of the battle was a 30-acre cornfield here on the miller's farm. Repeated Union attacks and vicious Confederate counterattacks swept back and forth the field, leaving thousands of casualties behind. Despite the fact of being vastly outnumbered, the rebels were able to hold their ground, and after about 2.5 hours of brutal fighting, the front remained in the original location. We're gonna take this path towards the center of the battlefield. The battle goes on for about 5 hours now, and the second phase is in progress. This natural trench here is sunken road, forming the center of the rebel army. The suitable terrain provided fair protection for defending troops. Union forces were charging from this direction, but in this open terrain had little to no chance to get through the Confederate lanes, and the attacking divisions were smashed and scattered. Finally, two Union regiments, instead of attacking straight, approached the rebels' right flank and pierced this key defensive position. Rebel units were retreating south towards Sharpsburg, but not for long. Confederate artillery crushed the Union advantage and forced them move back to Sunken Road. About 5,600 men have fallen over this road, and later the name was changed to Bloody Lane. In early afternoon, no more attacks are made on the Confederate left flank or the center in the Sunken Road. Third phase of the battle is now shifting on the right flank of the rebel army. This road is leading to Roulette Farm, and from there we will take 3 farms trail that will bring us to the right flank of the rebel army. This section of the trail along the Antietam Creek is really pleasant. It's past noon now. Normally I would have a lunch, but you know what? Those soldiers who fought here at the battle in 1862, I bet they didn't have any, and neither will I. I will just keep marching forward. I have a battle to win. We switched to Union Advance Trail that ends right by the rebels' army right flank. I can already hear them. This stone bridge over the Antietam Creek, known today as the Burnside Bridge, was the key element of the third segment of the battle. Union Major General Ambrose E. Burnside was holding his thousands of men on this side, while the opposing bluff was held just by a few hundred rebels, but that position was giving them the crucial advantage. This magnificent sycamore tree was just a small shrub at the time of the battle, and it's still growing here as a silent witness of what happened here. 2 morning Union attempts to cross the bridge were no successful. Finally, around 1 o'clock afternoon, the Union cannons slammed the opposing side of the creek, and 51st Pennsylvania and 51st New York regiments crossed the bridge, forcing the rebel units to withdraw. We're gonna take this final attack trail to find out what happened next. Around 3 o'clock afternoon, the Union forces crossed over the Burnside Bridge, formed in this area, and slowly pushed the weakened Confederate right flank towards the town of Sharpsburg, where the General Lee headquarters was. At this point, there is a commotion down the road coming from that direction. Suddenly, Confederate reinforcement appeared on the horizon. 3,000 ready-to-fight soldiers under the General A.P. Hill just made their 17-mile trek from Harper's Ferry and immediately counterattacked the Union brigades. This last-minute strike saved the day for the Army of Northern Virginia and swept the General Burnside's division back to Antietam Creek. That's all. The battle is over. Unfortunately for the Union, Burnside's attack came too late to coordinate with the earlier attacks on the cornfield or the sunken road. After about 12 hours of fighting, a war uproar on the battlefield finally silenced, only to be replaced with the wounded soldiers groaning with pain. I was saying earlier in the video that the battle happened in 3 segments, but the truly last part is taking place here on the Antietam National Cemetery. "23,000 casualties were the final toll of this bloodiest day in the American military history." That's all today. Don't be afraid to charge that subscribe button if you like my videos. And I will see you next time for another adventure. Peace out.